Today at approximately 3 p.m., there was a woman that was alone inside her home. At the time, she was doing just some general house cleaning when all of a sudden she heard a sound. Initially, she thought it may have been some type of gunshot, and as she looked a little bit closer, she spotted some broken glass. So she immediately fled the room to a back room. In the process, she retrieved a pistol, being concerned for her life and not knowing exactly what was going on. So she hid inside one of the back rooms. Soon after, a male, without permission to be inside the home, a stranger to the home, opened the door, at which time the female fired a single shot towards the male, striking him. Police responded, the sheriff's office responded, EMS responded as well, and they pronounced the male deceased inside the home. About 6 months or so, the family reports that their house had been broken into before, or burglars were scared away. They added some burglar bars, and again today they were targeted for unknown reasons. But again, there is one male deceased inside the home. Appears to be a Hispanic male, younger in age, but believed to be just an adult still. We'll have to confirm his identity. The female's approximately in her 30s, and again, we're glad she's okay. We don't know how this could have been, how it could have turned out had she not acted swiftly and been able to protect her home and herself as well. Obviously, she's very shaken by the experience, but we're glad that she survived this ordeal. Obviously, a situation like this will be referred to the Harris County grand jury and to the district attorney's office, and typically it's referred to the grand jury once we've done an intensive investigation out here. She is cooperating with our investigators. Our crime scene investigators are out here as well. So it's still, that's the preliminary information we have at this time.
Did she hide in a closet or in a room waiting for authorities?
Yeah, she hid in a closet when this started happening, and it folded pretty quickly. It appears the male used some type of ice chest to be able to elevate and gain entry to that broken window that he broke. Went into the house. There is some evidence of blood. It appeared the male was masked up and trying to conceal himself with some gloves and a mask or some type of hood. And so she quickly hid, not knowing exactly what was going on, and armed herself with a pistol. And when the male made entry into that closet is when she fired a single shot, striking the male.
Approximate age on the deceased?
It just appears at first glance to be maybe 20s maybe. Again, it's hard to pinpoint the age. We'll have to disclose that later when we make an identification.
Only one shot fired?
It appears, so far that's what I was told, is a single shot was fired.
Do you know, how did he break that window? What did he use?
I'm not sure what instrument he used. There is some evidence of blood, so it could have been a hand or something. It's one of the back windows that he gained entry. And at first she thought it was some type of gunshot. And she was just cleaning in the house, there's evidence to corroborate her story, and she's been cooperative. And again, a scary situation. I mean, she's tending to her own home, inside her home, when all of a sudden this happens in, broad daylight. And you could see there's many, children out here as well. So it could have been anybody else's house. And so, again, kudos to her for acting so quickly and protecting herself. And, we've seen several instances now where homeowners have had to protect their property because, people are out there, committing crimes. And so it's a dangerous thing to be doing.
Have you all been able to review surveillance cameras? Looks like there may be cameras on the home.
We're going to do that. We're also canvassing the neighbor just to make sure we're diligent. There are some cameras. Some, I understand, were not working. They haven't been working, so we'll have to confirm that. And so that's part of our follow-up investigation.
And he was by himself?
Yes. We don't know if there was a getaway vehicle or somebody else was in the back, but as far as we know, he was the only one that made entry. And again, their house had been burglarized, or an attempted burglary, about 6 months ago, and that's what prompted them to kind of fortify their property a little bit more and add the burglar bars.
Any reports of other homes were attempted burglaries or anything like that today? So
far, we haven't. I haven't talked to the investigators. They were out here canvassing just moments ago, so that's all part of the information that we'll have, and obviously we'll see if this individual has any priors or anything like that.
And have you spoken to her at all?
I touched base with her and her family. She was shaken up, but I commended her for protecting herself and her property, and obviously it'll be a full investigation and it'll be vetted through the DA's office and the grand jury. But you know, I mean, kudos to her. I mean, you have a female alone inside her house. She could have panicked and not taken action, and she could have been truly a victim in more ways than one. Who knows what would have happened had he gained entry and put hands on her. And so she protected herself, and, you know, we're glad that she's alive and that somebody that's breaking into somebody's home, you know, again, you know, it's very risky for them to do that. And obviously they have a family, and our condolences go out to family members. But again, I mean, she had, you know, a right to protect herself.
Regardless of who does the shooting, it's traumatizing, right?
Oh, very traumatizing. Yeah, she was shaken by it. She seems a little bit traumatized by it, but, you know, she's alive to be able to tell her story and give her version of the incident. And she was inside her home when this happened.
Was he shot in the chest or face area?
I didn't get that. I didn't want to disturb the body or anything, so that'll be part of our follow-up investigation.